of all the radio stations in the St. Louis area, starting right now at 12:15, March 21st, 1954. Starting off with KSD.
After rather vague beginnings that go back as far as 1932, I made it clear to the board of directors that we could best help the people of the state in terms of musical education by having a professional orchestra that would in every sense of the word be a state symphony.
Did you have any trouble getting started through the legislature?
Many people thought that we could never get the legislature to take a very...
KXOK.
News editor presents the early edition of the news at 7:30 each morning. Bill Murphy is heard at 10:45, and Bruce Barrington returns at 12 o'clock noon, reporting the news that is broken during the morning hours. Quincy Howe, nationally famous commentator, is heard at 6:15 p.m., right after a 5-minute summary of local events. Also from the ABC network comes the headline edition at 9 o'clock, and Doug Newman reports the late editions at 10, 11, and 11:55 p.m. Remember, you're never behind on the news of the day when you keep your dial on KXOK.
KSTL. WEW.
Medium Ferretti. This will be dedicated to the following. Best wishes to Mrs. Anthony Gabriele, who is celebrating her birthday today. Requested by the husband and daughters of Crystal City, Missouri. Now we have a benefit movie which will be given for the IPC Bosco Boys Club, 1123 North 11th Street. The name of the movie is Christ the King.
KFUO.
The Master's rejoinder. Whoever is in need of thy help is thy neighbor. And whatsoever you do, unto him you do unto me. Anna Meyer writes a verse and calls it, Love thy neighbor as thyself.
KMOX.
With love to keep us so cozy and warm, we'll cling together and weather the storm.
KXLW.
Sometimes you're riding along in an automobile. Sometimes you're just sleep at night and death catches you in the night. But whatever you do, if you be ready, nothing will slip up on you. No.
Jesus.
Yes, Jesus. Yes. He had spoken serious parables. Serious parables. And some people had that were around about Bethany.
KWK.
When I hear that serenading blue, I'm somewhere in another world alone with you, sharing all the joys we used to know. Many moons ago.
WIL.
I Wonder Why, Buddy Morrow in the orchestra with Frankie Lester on the vocal. The time is 20.5 minutes past 12 o'clock at WIL. The temperature is 41 degrees. And here's something you don't have to wonder about.
And WTMB.
With a small but determined band of 29 Czech Bohemian immigrants who were impressed with the spirit of freedom and liberalism. That conscientious group has labored and lived together as good American citizens, and now they number nationally over 47,000 members. Our intergroup activities are many and varied to help our newly acquired members catch on more quickly.
America may aid de Gaulle. Cape Canaveral. Mercury-bearing rocket explodes. Washington. Cuban embargo pending.
WFUN Fundamental News.
This is Fred Huey with the fundamental facts.
The big story.
Washington. Kennedy stands by de Gaulle. President Kennedy has told French President de Gaulle that America is ready to provide any assistance which he deems advisable or necessary in the current Algerian crisis. The offer was made public by the White House. The French Navy Ministry announced today that the Mediterranean squadron of the French fleet sailed from Toulon today. No details were given of its strength or destination. French Premier Debray says a cruiser whose crew remained loyal to President de Gaulle fired on insurgent paratroops today as they tried to take over the naval base at Mirs El Khyber. The insurgents were beaten back. French President de Gaulle has ordered several units of French troops and tanks on duty with NATO in West Germany to return to France to help cope with the Algerian revolt. WFUN Extra. The British Foreign Office says both sides in the Laotian Civil War have accepted the call for a ceasefire. In Moscow, the TASS news agency said the communist-backed rebels agreed to stop the fighting at what?
The South.
Tallahassee. Reapportionment bill passes. A legislative reapportionment bill calling for a 45-member Senate and a 104-member House has cleared the state legislature. The compromise measure was passed by the Senate this morning after a last-ditch effort was defeated to get one more House member for Broward County. The plan already had been passed by the people.
WFUN reflects the public opinion.
EK says, does the world blame just one man for all the atrocities of World War II? If the Western powers had opened up their countries to the Jews in World War II when Eichmann and the Nazis asked them to, we wouldn't have had the wholesale slaughter that we had.
WFUN time.
11:57. Tallahassee. The House Committee on Roads and Highways today approved a bill creating the post of State Highway Commissioner.
This is WFUN Fundamental News.
Cape Canaveral. An American attempt to fire a space capsule into orbit ended today when the rocket booster exploded. However, the capsule, which contained what was called a mechanical astronaut, was saved by an emergency escape system. The Atlas exploded some 1 minute after launch at Cape Canaveral, but emergency escape rockets sent the space capsule well away from the explosion.
The Nation.
Washington. Cuban embargo pending. The White House said today it is considering a total embargo on American shipments to Cuba. It added that no decision has been reached so far. Washington. President Kennedy and President Sukarno of Indonesia have issued a joint statement warning new nations to be alert against subversion and imperialism, but the statement issued shortly before Sukarno ended his Washington visit this morning does not contain the strong declaration against colonialism which the Indonesian leader had sought.
WFUN predict prophecy. Many items in the next 60 years that are currently manufactured will be grown in laboratories out of huge crystals. Most structures will be developed from the electrolysis of chemical crystals.
The world and the universe.
Havana.
Russian goods on the way.
Havana Radio says thousands of tons of Russian goods are pouring into Cuba to meet ever-increasing shortages. An official broadcast made no mention of war material, but said oil, trucks, tractors, jeeps, and other so-called industrial equipment are being brought into the country by Soviet ships. Paris. France has touched off its fourth nuclear explosion. The French triggered the device deep in the Sahara early this morning. Authorized government sources say the explosion was relatively small and there will be no dangerous fallout. This is Brett Hill.
Get the facts first, always on Any portion of the preceding fundamental news report is released for rebroadcast or publication to all news media 20 minutes from now.
The weather scope scans Dade and Broward counties and reports. Generally fair through tomorrow. Low tonight 70, high tomorrow 83, currently 78 WFUN degrees.
12 o'clock noon.
From Radio KYA, these are the top news stories of the hour.
Over in Marin, the verdict is in an obscenity trial involving Henry Miller's controversial novel, Tropic of Cancer. The jury of 8 women and 4 men finding bookseller Frank Pershina innocent of knowingly selling obscene matter. Elsewhere, the United Nations General Assembly has voted against admitting Communist China to the UN. The vote 48 to 36 with 20 abstentions. In Puerto Rico, aides described President Kennedy as extremely touched by the cheering welcome he got today from some 300,000 Puerto Ricans. Meanwhile, in Venezuela, 35,000 armed troops will be on hand tomorrow when the president arrives in Caracas. Back here in the Bay Area, $900 bank hold up today. The Bank of America branch at 19th and Geary here in San Francisco. But the bandit was nabbed before he even got out the door. Those are the headlines. This is Sullivan. The weather watch for the Bay Area. Rain around most of the Bay right now, but the man's predicting it'll clear up later tonight, and he says it should be fair tomorrow and tomorrow night. Temperatures to remain about the same. Right now, it's 45 in San Francisco, 46 in Marin, 49 in San Jose, 46 in the East Bay.
Complete details of these stories and other news 1/2 hour from now on Newswatch from Radio KYA.
Cloudy, rain, miserable. Gonna get better tomorrow, the man say. 45 San Francisco. Bill Drake between 6 and 9. Another one of the 1260 men. Okay, keep us in mind. A big bit in San Jose at the Skylark Drive-In. A KYA winner, baby. And you can't put him down. A big hamburger that used to sell for $1 is now 25 cents. That's a quarter. A large Coke, 15 cents. Coffee, a dime. Now, this is the drive-in only. Skylark Drive-In, corner West Santa Clara, Montgomery, and San Jose. The place to make it after a show or a dance, or if you're just cruising around. Will you keep them in mind? The Skylark Drive-In, corner West Santa Clara and Montgomery in downtown San Jose. From Nob Hill, Bobby Mitchell on America's #1 popular music station, Radio KYA, where we run the jockey races, and where next time we do it, the jackpot is worth 3 Radio KYA dollars. 45 Radio KYA degrees in San Francisco. Never have you bought so much for your Christmas shopping dollar as you can at your Bay Area 88-cent stores. For example, you can save $1.62 on 2 3-roll gift wrap packs, 26 inches wide, 280 inches long, $1.25 value, now 2 for just 88 cents. And you can save $1.62 now on this fine quality gift wrapping paper. 2 3-roll packs, just 88 cents. The easiest store in the world to shop. Every item, one price, 88 cents. So shop tonight until 9, tomorrow and Sunday till 6. 88-cent stores at 2673 Mission in San Francisco, 20th and Telegraph, Oakland, and 441 Cumberland in Pittsburgh.